Do you know one? Bananas are berries, but strawberries aren't. Botanically, berries must come from one flower with one ovary and have multiple seeds. 2. Octopuses have 3 hearts. 2 pump blood to the gills, and 1 pumps it to the rest of the body. 3. Wombat poop is cube-shaped. This unique shape prevents it from rolling away, which helps with territory marking. 4. A day on Venus is longer than a year on Venus. It takes Venus longer to rotate once on its axis than to orbit the Sun. 5. Honey never spoils. Archaeologists have found pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that are over 3,000 years old and still edible. 6. Sharks existed before trees. Sharks have been around for more than 400 million years, while trees appeared about 350 million years ago. 7. There's a species of jellyfish, Turritopsis dohrnii, that is biologically immortal. It can revert to its juvenile form and start its life cycle over. 8. The Eiffel Tower can grow over 6 inches taller in the summer due to the expansion of metal from heat. 9. Sloths can hold their breath longer than dolphins. They can slow their heart rate and hold their breath for up to 40 minutes.
Did you know? 1. Space is completely silent. There's no atmosphere in space, so sound has no medium to travel through. 2. Neutron stars are incredibly dense. A sugar cube-sized amount of neutron star material would weigh about 1 billion tons on Earth. 3. A day on Mercury lasts longer than its year. It takes Mercury 59 Earth days to rotate once, but only 88 Earth days to orbit the Sun. 4. There may be more stars in the universe than grains of sand on Earth. Scientists estimate there are around 1 septillion stars. That's one followed by 24 zeros. 5. The largest known volcano is on Mars. Olympus Mons is about 13.6 miles, 22 kilometers high, nearly 3 times the height of Mount Everest. 6. Saturn could float in water. Its average density is less than that of water, meaning if you had a large enough tub, Saturn would float. 7. There's a planet where it rains glass sideways. HD 189733b, a planet 63 light-years away, has fierce winds and silicate particles in its atmosphere. 8. A spoonful of a white dwarf would weigh as much as a car. White dwarfs are incredibly dense remnants of stars. 9. The Moon is slowly moving away from Earth. It drifts about 3.8 centimeters farther away each year. 10. In 1977, we received a radio signal from space that lasted 72 seconds. Known as the WOW signal, it has never been explained or repeated. Did you know? Over 80% of the ocean is unexplored. We've mapped more of the Moon and Mars than our own ocean floor. The ocean is home to the largest living structure on Earth. The Great Barrier Reef is so big it can be seen from space. The Mariana Trench is the deepest part of the ocean. It reaches a depth of about 36,070 feet, nearly 7 miles. There's an entire hidden mountain range underwater. The Mid-Ocean Ridge is the longest mountain chain on Earth, stretching over 40,000 miles. Blue whales are the largest animals to ever live. They can grow up to 100 feet long and weigh over 200 tons. Bioluminescent creatures light up the deep. Many deep-sea animals produce their own light to hunt, hide, or attract mates. The ocean regulates Earth's climate. It absorbs about 90% of the heat from global warming and moves heat around the planet via currents. More historic artifacts are underwater than in all the world's museums. Thousands of shipwrecks and sunken cities lie beneath the sea. There's an underwater waterfall near Mauritius. It's an optical illusion created by sand and silt flowing down the edge of an underwater plateau. The ocean produces more than half of the world's oxygen. Phytoplankton, tiny oceanic plants, are key to the planet's oxygen supply. Did you know? Birds are the only living descendants of dinosaurs. Specifically, they evolved from a group of 2-legged dinosaurs called theropods. Crows and ravens are incredibly smart. They can use tools, recognize human faces, and even hold grudges. Penguins propose with pebbles. Male penguins often present a pebble to a female as part of their courtship ritual. The fastest bird is the peregrine falcon. It can dive at speeds over 240 miles per hour, 386 kilometers per hour, faster than a Formula One car. Some birds sleep while flying. Species like the alpine swift can snooze mid-air during long migrations. Lyrebirds can mimic almost any sound. This includes chainsaws, camera shutters, car alarms, and other bird calls. Migratory birds use Earth's magnetic field to navigate. They have specialized cells in their brains, or beaks, to sense it. The South American quetzal has iridescent feathers. They shine in vibrant colors even though they contain no pigments. Owls can rotate their heads up to 270 degrees. Their necks have extra vertebrae to allow this extreme flexibility. The smallest bird is the bee hummingbird. Found in Cuba, it's just 2 inches, 5 centimeters long, and weighs less than a penny.
Did you know? Elephants mourn their dead. They've been observed touching the bones of deceased elephants and appearing visibly emotional. An octopus has 3 hearts and blue blood. 2 hearts pump blood to the gills and 1 to the rest of the body. Their blood is blue due to copper-based hemocyanin. Giraffes only need 5 to 30 minutes of sleep per day. They take quick power naps standing up. Bats are the only mammals that can truly fly. Other flying mammals, like flying squirrels, only glide. Polar bears have black skin. Their fur is transparent, but appears white because it reflects light. Chickens can remember over 100 faces. They have surprisingly good memories and can recognize both other chickens and humans. Some snails can sleep for up to 3 years. Especially in dry climates, they can enter a deep state of dormancy to survive. Parrotfish poop sand. They eat coral and excrete it as fine sand. One fish can produce hundreds of pounds of sand each year. A caterpillar's body completely liquefies inside the cocoon. It essentially dissolves and reforms into a butterfly or moth. Dogs can smell diseases like cancer and diabetes. Their sense of smell is up to 100,000 times better than humans.
Did you know? Your brain has more connections than there are stars in the galaxy. It's estimated to have around 100 trillion synapses. Your eyes can distinguish about 10 million different colors, but some people, tetrachromats, can see even more. You're born with around 270 bones, but as you grow, some fuse together, leaving adults with 206 bones. The human body glows. We emit a very faint light called bioluminescence, but it's 1,000 times weaker than our eyes can see. Teeth are the only part of the body that can't heal themselves. Unlike bone, they lack regenerative cells. The strongest muscle in proportion to its size is the masseter, jaw muscle. It can exert over 200 pounds of force. Your blood travels about 12,000 miles a day. That's roughly half the Earth's circumference, just in one day. Ears never stop growing. Unlike most of the body, your ears and nose continue to grow slowly throughout your life. You share about 60% of your DNA with a banana. All life shares a surprising amount of genetic code. Your brain uses about 20% of your body's energy, even though it makes up only about 2% of your weight. Did you know? Trees are the longest living organisms on Earth. Some, like bristlecone pines, can live for over 5,000 years. Trees communicate with each other. Through underground fungal networks, called the Wood Wide Web, they share nutrients and even warn neighbors of danger. The tallest tree in the world is named Hyperion. It's a coast redwood in California and stands over 379 feet, 115.9 meters, tall. Trees can change their leaf color due to stress. It's not just autumn. Drought, disease, or damage can also trigger color changes. A single large tree can provide a day's supply of oxygen for 4 people. That's why forests are often called the lungs of the earth. Trees can freeze and thaw without dying. Many species have built-in antifreeze proteins that protect their cells from bursting in winter. The coconut palm is called the tree of life. It provides food, drink, oil, shelter, and materials for tools and crafts. Some trees bleed when cut. Trees like the Sangre de Drago in the Amazon exude red sap with medicinal properties. There are more trees on Earth than stars in the Milky Way. Earth has around 3 trillion trees, while our galaxy has roughly 100 to 400 billion stars. Trees can clone themselves. The world's oldest known clonal tree system, Pando in Utah, is over 80,000 years old, a forest of genetically identical aspens sharing one root system.
Did you know? Tigers are the largest wild cats in the world. Adult male Siberian tigers can weigh over 660 pounds, 300 kilograms. No two tigers have the same stripes. Just like human fingerprints, a tiger's stripe pattern is unique to each individual. Tigers are mostly nocturnal. They prefer to hunt at night and can see 6 times better in the dark than humans. Tigers are excellent swimmers. Unlike most big cats, they love water and often cool off in rivers or lakes. A tiger's roar can be heard up to 2 miles 3 kilometers away. It's used to warn off rivals or attract mates. They can eat up to 90 pounds, 40 kilograms, of meat in one sitting. That's nearly half their body weight in some cases. Tigers mark their territory with scent and scratches. They use urine, glands on their paws, and tree claw marks to send messages. Tiger cubs are born blind and helpless. They weigh just 2 to 3 pounds, 1 kilogram, at birth and rely completely on their mother. The Bengal tiger is the most numerous subspecies, but still endangered. Only about 2,500 remain in the wild. A tiger's bite is powerful enough to crush bone. With a bite force of up to 1,000 psi, it's one of the strongest in the animal kingdom. Did you know? The first digital display technology was the cathode ray tube, CRT, developed in the early 20th century and widely used in TVs and monitors until the early 2000s. LCD, liquid crystal display, technology doesn't emit light directly. It uses a backlight behind the liquid crystals to produce visible images. OLED, organic light-emitting diode, displays can produce true blacks because each pixel emits its own light and can be completely turned off. Refresh rate, measured in hertz, determines how many times per second a display updates its image. Higher refresh rates like 120 Hz or 240 Hz result in smoother motion. Display resolution refers to the number of pixels on the screen. Common standards include Full HD, 1920 by 1080, 4K, 3840 by 2160, and 8K, 7680 by 4320. Touchscreen displays use different technologies, like capacitive, resistive, and infrared, to detect input. Most smartphones use capacitive touch. Mini-LED displays are a newer backlight technology that uses thousands of tiny LEDs for better contrast and brightness than traditional LED LCDs. HDR, high dynamic range, displays can show a wider range of colors and brightness levels than standard displays, making images appear more realistic. The world's largest digital display is in Las Vegas, the Sphere at the Venetian, which features a fully programmable LED exterior and interior. E-ink displays, commonly used in e-readers, mimic the appearance of ink on paper and are much easier on the eyes than backlit screens.
Did you know? Paper was invented in China around 105 AD by Cai Luan, a court official during the Han Dynasty. The word paper comes from papyrus, a plant-based writing material used by ancient Egyptians, but papyrus is not true paper. The average American uses over 700 pounds of paper products each year. Paper can be recycled up to 5 to 7 times before the fibers become too short to be reused. The thinnest paper in the world, called tengujo, is made in Japan and is thinner than human hair. Despite the digital age, paper consumption continues to rise in many parts of the world due to packaging and printing. One tree can produce roughly 8,000 sheets of paper, depending on the type and thickness. The oldest known piece of paper with writing on it was found in China and dates back to around 150 AD. Some paper is made from non-wood sources, like cotton, hemp, bamboo, and even elephant dung. Acid-free paper is used for important documents and archival storage because it doesn't yellow or deteriorate over time like regular paper.